Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is watching us across the globe today. And welcome to the 30 Minutes Talk Show, Excellence, the 30 Minutes Talk Show. So I'm really excited today because the topic for today's show is fitness. And I'm very happy that we have with us Ollie Rees, who is my longtime associate. Welcome to the show, Ollie.
Cheers, guys.
Hi. Just before we go ahead, a bit of housekeeping rules. So if I again request everyone to switch off their microphones, please. You can switch on your mics later on when we have the Q&A session. You're happy if you want to switch on your videos. In case, wherever you are, office, home, in case if there is an emergency, if any of your alarms go off, please carry yourself to a safe assembly point and be safe. That's the most important thing. Okay, so thank you again to all of you for joining us on today's show. And I would really like to properly introduce Ollie. Ollie is a fitness coach and he's the managing director of the company Men on Fire Limited. Men on Fire is specifically promoting health and fitness and managing stress and achieve a healthy lifestyle. And Ollie is into this business for last 5 years. He has done his BSc in strength and conditioning, sports rehabilitation, and massage. And he also has his level 3 diploma in personal training. So welcome again on the show, Ollie. And just to mention that I'm associated with Ollie since last 5 years, uh, as a client for 3 years, 4 years, and as a client for 3 years. And 1 year I was like, I'm helping Ollie on the Men on Fire team as his client and community manager and an assistant coach. So happy to be a part, Ollie, and thank you very much again for coming on the show.
You're
So
welcome.
friends, yeah, thank you. So friends, so when it comes to health, we all are aware of all the saying prevention is better than cure, and the groundwork of all our happiness lies actually in good health. So maintaining ourselves, right? But and the secret is like the secret for having a good health, uh, both like body and mind wise, is not to actually too much moan about the past or worry about the future, right? Or maybe anticipate troubles. That's what we many times do. But the key is actually to like live in the present moment, and you have to be wise and earnest in taking our decisions. But I know this sounds all music to the ears, and it's very difficult to bring that into practice because most of the time like our behaviors are governed by our external circumstances. So you take for example the pandemic, like it has affected all of us in one way or the other, and it has created tremendous amount of stress in all of us. But like yeah, we are taking our own efforts to cope with these stresses which develop along the way. So we take time off from our regular work day, we go for a walk, we either go off for a run, or we follow our daily exercise routines either through our trainers who have worked with we have worked with in the past, or we go online and find videos and do some or the other stuff. But yeah, and then we realize like what is helping us, so we have to do that assessment. So Ollie, now my question to you is like, how is like Men on Fire different from all these most of these people out there who are helping us with this health and fitness services? So can you please elaborate on that, Ollie?
Yeah, definitely. So I think we live in a time where we know a lot of stuff, we read a lot of stuff, we watch a lot of videos, but we don't get around to doing it. We never have the energy to actually do what needs to be done, right? You can go on the internet now and find a million and one diet plans, thousands and thousands of workouts, all from different experts, but we never get around to doing it. So specifically with Men on Fire, the focus at the moment was with weight loss, right? So helping guys get in a position where they can not just lose the weight for 3 weeks, not just stick to a boot camp for 12 weeks, but get in a position where they get the weight off, do it sustainably, where they have balance, where they can still have a life and spend time in the evenings eating food with their family or going out for drinks on the weekend or spending time with work colleagues and not having to do these diets like low carb or shake or anything like that. So getting the weight off, getting to a solid baseline, managing their stress, feeling good, because that's one thing people don't do when we do programs. Most of the time we either feel terrible doing them, or we give up because we can't maintain them. So Men on Fire is about helping people manage their weight, but doing it in a sustainable way.
Mhm.
And one of the big things that we focus on, which has been missing, which people aren't addressing, is stress. So we kind of know we're stressed. We live in a strange world, right? We can work from home all day in front of a computer, staring at a screen, and be absolutely exhausted at the end of the day and have no motivation to go and do the workout that we told ourselves we're going to do first thing in the morning. So there's something missing, and that's where I talked about, I know we put out on the flyer talking about heart and brain coherence, right? And a simple routine that you can tangibly measure and improve every single day, which will massively impact the motivation and energy that you have. So we live in this time of dissonance where it's really frustrating. We know what we need to do. We tell ourselves we want to do it, but we never get around to doing it. And the piece that's not being addressed is stress. And some of the options that are given to people at the moment is we're told, okay, well, we need to improve our sleep. Okay, but we live in a world again where we ask how all the time. How am I going to do that? Or we're told we need to be more active. Okay, well, I'm going to go and walk. But we don't have any data to track. So what I want to show the guys in this call now is the method that we use as part of the Men on Fire program, which we've brought in fairly recently. We had really good results with the nutrition and the exercise and all that good stuff. But to manage the stress, energy is what people are missing. So that's what we want to give you. And that's what we're going to hopefully delve into a little bit on this call.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ollie, for that. Yeah, so the difference, what I think we have to say here, like, because I have been associated, I have been on the other part, and the thing which I appreciate about Men on Fire and you and the whole group is like we always are on the lookout of giving something more to people, like coming out of the traditional ways of doing stuff. The traditional ways are always there and they have been benefiting to everyone, no doubt about that, but we always keep on lookout, like you have the habit of going into doing some more research every time and coming out with more things which we can actually make a difference to the lives of the people. So yes, you have very much highlighted like very important point, like what that the stress is the one which affects us. So like what would be like, how can we really bring these stress levels down so that our physical mental fitness is like improved? Like, can you just elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, so it comes back to my whole thing. My ego is involved within my business. I really want to get this weight loss problem solved for a lot of people. And I don't mean this in a patronizing way by saying, oh, we want to just get it solved, because I know a lot of folks have struggled with their weight for a very long time. But I think we know that there's a cultural problem in that when I used to work, I worked in corporate for about 3-4 years, right? Before I got into my online business in 2016. In that time, the amount of people that talked about starting on Monday was phenomenal, right? And I got looped into it. I saw it with clients when we were taking on. It was always, I'm going to wait until this time. I'm going to wait until I get 2 weeks off. I'm going to wait until. So for me, I used to think, oh, these people, we could really help these people, but there's something that's getting in the way from them starting, and it's stress. So the stress comes from, if I go in all sciencey, you have parts of your nervous system. You have 2 parts of your nervous system, right? So you have your fight or flight system and you have your rest and digest system. The fight or flight system is called your sympathetic nervous system. This is the survival mechanism. This is when your pupils are dilated, you have a high resting heart rate, your gut is inactive, you're primed to fight or flee. Weirdly, we're not being chased by saber-toothed tigers anymore. I hope we're not, but we're being put into these circumstances every day where we're in stress all the time and we don't even know it. And technology has made it 100 times worse. It's like a silent assassin. We're not in stress in terms of we're not running away from predators, but we're having Zoom calls, we're getting notifications, we're getting, emails, we've got bosses on our case, we're doing like tons and tons of Zoom calls, managing clients. So what we have to do is we're getting told we need to manage stress, but I think particularly from a male point of view, I'm quite a rational person. I like data, I like logic, I like numbers. So telling me to meditate is great, and I understand the kind of the subjective benefit that you achieve and the peace that you have after it. But I want to know, okay, how much have I improved or how much have I reduced my level of stress? And we can talk about reducing stress specifically and trying to take stress out of your life, but that isn't really solving the problem. The better solution, in my view, is to make you more resilient to stress. And that's tangible through what we do is heart rate variability training. So heart rate variability, people know about tracking your rest and heart rate. heart rate variability is the variability between each heartbeat. And it's a very good predictor of your stress in your life, your current health. They've even used it as a predictor for mortality in certain particular cases, in certain journals, which I can reference, which are really fascinating.
Yeah.
But there is some equipment that we use, and I'm not going to promote any like level of equipment in particular, but you can take a reading first thing in the morning to track your heart rate variability score, and it will show you which one of these systems you're in. Now, the reason this is important is because if you are constantly in your fight or flight system, your system is tanked, right? Your system is tired. You don't have the energy to do stuff. So we need to get a balance between the two. And if we do that, you'll have more energy, more focus, and more motivation to do the things like go for a run or do a workout or eat the right food. If you're consistently getting to the end of each day and you're completely exhausted, even though you've just sat on Zoom calls and not really done anything, you're in that fight or flight system and you're going to be struggling. So we need to get the balance, and we do that through heart rate variability training, which I think we're going to go through how we do that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ollie. Thank you very much. So are we like actually going to like do that exercise here, or are you going to let us know how exactly the app works or how we can really measure it? I think we do have a slide. I'm just going to present my screen, and then if you can talk us through with that.
Yeah.
Just give me
So
a
I've got it on my phone, but again, it's I think we get very much hooked into apps and technology and which one we need to use. It's more of, this is just a tool within the tool belt. There's plenty of these around. This is the one I'd recommend. But yeah, if you've got the slide, go for it.
Yeah. Just let me know like when you can see my slide.
Cool. So again, it's given this context, right? I can see this now. If you put this into the full screen, you should be able to.
Yeah, just a minute. Just
go in this now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go. Happy days. Right. So again, it looks very complicated, and with this stuff, I always want you guys to understand the context behind it. The app isn't the thing that's going to change your life. It's the practice of doing it. And again, we get stuck in, there's so many apps. People have got Fitbits, we've got Apple Watches, we're trying to track everything. There's a context of why you're doing this, first of all. So in our case with Men on Fire, we want our guys to have the energy and the focus each day, no matter what comes at them in terms of the amount of calls, the amount of emails, family problems. We want them to be stress resilient. We want them to get a balance between the fight or flight system and the rest and digest system, right? So which gives you more capacity to do more during your day. So when our guys want to lose weight, they know they need to follow certain nutrition principles and certain exercise principles. If we can't manage their stress resilience and make them more resilient, they are not going to do the stuff they need to do, which is why a lot of us feel frustrated each week when we're tired, we're exhausted, and we know we should have gone for that walk. We know we should have eaten this food. So what we need to do is this little thing here, this screen is just an example. So at the bottom, Swapnil very kindly picked a day where I got a high score, so it makes me look like I'm really good, but I actually don't get this every single day. At the bottom, you can see the graph where it says HRV up the left-hand side on that axis. That's your heart rate variability. So you can see the bigger the variability between beats, the higher the score. So this translates to the graph above.
I think we have lost you, Ollie.
Out, guys. Sorry, but this is me giving my summary. So the
sorry,
more you're in,
sorry, Ollie. I think we lost you for a couple of minutes there when you went on to the coherence over time. So if
okay,
you could, please.
Yeah, sure. So the score, essentially, the more you're in the green, the better the score. And just doing this for 4 to 7 minutes per morning. So all you do is you have like a little Bluetooth clip onto your ear, you connect it to your phone, and then there's a breathing. If you come back to my screen swap now, I can show the guys what the little apparatus looks like that we use.
Okay, so I'll come out of this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Yeah.
Cool. So if you guys can see on the screen, you see that little circle in the middle. So I'll hook it up. I'd have the device with my ear, which I haven't got on me. It's tiny. Clip it onto your.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. I guess like because of the internet, we're not able to hear Ollie, but like, yeah, we'll get him again soon.
Right, which improves your heart rate variability score. And just by doing it, even first thing in the morning, like you'll notice you feel so much better during the day and you have more energy and focus to do the things that you need to do.
Yeah. Ollie, I would request you to repeat that part again because we lost you again for a while when you're trying to show it on the phone.
Oh, no, never mind.
Apologies.
Yeah, so it might be that if I'm moving around as well on my screen. Essentially, it's a little Bluetooth clip, it links to your phone. There's a little diagram that you follow that expands and decreases in size. And you follow this and it gets your breathing and your heart into synchronization, balances your nervous system and gets you into a state of coherence. And the reason you do that is to become more stress resilient, you'll have more focus, more energy, and you'll just feel generally better, which is, if you can do that no matter how busy your day is, if you still have energy at the end of the day to do that workout, you're in a really good spot. And that's the missing piece people aren't addressing. We have all this knowledge, all these people telling us what to do, but we can't do it. And it's because we're stuck in our fight or flight system. So that's what needs to be solved.
Right. Thank you very much, Ollie. Like that's definitely a very useful tip, and I'm sure that it will benefit for most of us who will like to adopt that technique and making a positive impact on our overall well-being. But do you recommend, like, is there a particular time? Like we have said, like do it, it's a morning routine, but it obviously tells you like, okay, do it in the morning. But do you recommend like at the later part? Because like we have been asking these questions recently to everyone, like at what time of the day you are feeling stressed or less energetic or tired and all that stuff. So is there any, do you think like you will do it twice in a day and then it will give us sort of more reading between that time, like what is happening, which is what is really developing the stress, and maybe further help manage it again?
You can do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. The benefit of this stuff is that you do get a short-term boost straight away from doing it. But the big benefit is even just, I think, one round of the app. Again, it's not. There are different options for this. I'm not just being like, this is the app. It's called Inner Balance Technology if people are interested. But it's, again, the context you do it in. There's no point going out and buying the app and the device if there's no context to which you're doing it, right? But there's no, once in the morning, I think one round takes about 3.5-4 minutes. And sometimes I'll do 2 rounds. But the benefit is you get the short-term boost, but also the effects last all day. And it is a skill. Like you won't be perfect at it straight away because you're probably stuck in that fight or flight system. So it takes a bit of time, but you'll notice a profound change in just how you handle things and how things don't completely take over your energy, take over your mood, and you'll just do more and you'll feel more at peace. And that's how we do stuff. At the moment, we live in a time where we're always up and down, where we want to be midline. We want to handle stuff. We want to be calm, but we want to have energy to do the right things. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ollie. So I was thinking of going ahead with the offerings, but what I'll do is I'll open the forum for question and answers. Like we have very good turnout. Obviously, health. We are all concerned about our health, and people want to know more about it. So, to everyone who is watching us live, I'm happy if you want to either raise your hand and ask a question, or like unmute your mic and ask a question to Ollie if you have one. Anyone wants to go first? Like. I'm just going to give a minute or so. Yeah, Chinmay, yeah, you can go ahead, Chinmay.
Hi, Ollie. I have a question for you. So I've heard like you talked a lot about, like losing weight, but in my case, like I would like to gain a weight. Well, not necessarily, like on your belly fat, but, like just in terms of, like growing your muscles and all that. So how would that work, like in this context?
Again, it's a good question. So this device and this training, heart rate variability training, isn't specifically for weight loss. I just wanted to give some context to the way that we would use it. I think the benefit of most of you guys that are coming onto these calls, you're concerned about your health, or you want to be healthier, you want to be fitter, you want to build more muscle, you want to be stronger, more resilient, but you live in the real world. So it will have a benefit in any context you place this training in. Again, it's not essential. I'm not going to say you have to do it every single day, but for someone like yourself, if you're trying to build muscle, you need rest and recovery time, right, to build strength. And if you're under stress and you're stuck in your fight or flight system consistently throughout the week, trying to build muscle is tough. And if you think of people, professional bodybuilders, they spend most of the day sleeping and eating. And when you live in the real world, again, trying to build muscle when you're doing a 70-hour week and you're on call after call after call, or you've got family commitments, you've got a social life, you need to be clever, you need to be smart. So sometimes trying to improve your heart rate variability will keep you in check a bit more and will make the effort you put in at the gym actually worthwhile, which I think a lot of people, in my view, overtrain. They train far too much, considering the lifestyle, that all the stresses they have within their life. So does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, like I watch a lot of like YouTube videos, and the amount of time, like they eat throughout the day, like 6-7 times. And I was like, hello, hello, how, when we're going to work, because, like it's so busy and engrossed in our daily schedule. So it's not really possible to follow that, diet plan as well.
100%. And don't get me started on this stuff. I completely agree. It really, I'm not going to use any bad language, but it really does wind me up. We live in a world where there's a big gulf in the fitness industry between people, the 1%, whose goal it is every day to stay in incredible shape. They get paid to look the best. And you've got people that live in the real world, and there's nothing really in the middle. So all the people that are out of shape, are slightly unfit, carrying a bit of extra weight, have got maybe injuries from the past, have kids, have work to manage. That we're trying to follow and implement plans from people that are training every single day, that are sleeping enough, that are eating enough food because they're getting paid to do it. So that's why we have to be a bit smarter. And I think the main reason people stop programs is because of this. They don't take into account that stress isn't just feeling stressed. Sometimes it's subtle as well. And building muscle, if that's your goal, rest is going to be massive. So this could be very helpful for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No worries.
Sorry. Ollie, were you going to share the name of the app, or is there more than one you can choose?
Yes. So in terms of actually tracking your heart rate variability, there's quite a few apps. One of the ones which I used to track, which I used to take a morning reading with, if you just want to see the score, is called Wahoo Ticker. It's WAHOO, and then Ticker is TCKR. Again, it's pretty solid for giving you a good score, and that will give you like a little graph, or it will tell you first thing in the morning, your system is overworked, don't train today. Or it will say, do you know what, you've rested well, you can push your training a bit more if that's what you want to do. This one is through, it's called Inner Balance, the app itself, but there's a sensor which you buy through an organization called the HeartMath Institute. So if you want me to, if you want to email Swapnil after, or I can ping you the link to it, but it's called Inner Balance Technology. You should be able to find it. And that's the piece of kit. I've had mine for the clip. I've had it for about 4 or 5 years. So it is falling apart, but I've used it a lot. So that's why.
So that's good. I like picking up then, it helps the quality of your sleep as well, so that you can cope with less sleep. Is that effectively what you're saying?
It's difficult to say, exactly that it will improve your sleep. I think it would. I couldn't be like exactly say it will 100% improve your sleep. I think it's the different types of sleep. We have different sleep where you're gradually falling asleep nicely, and then there's that sleep where you're absolutely exhausted from a really long day. And then you have where people are so stuck in their fight on flight, they're insomniacs because their system is wired, right? So then you have that problem as well. But I think you should see an effect in it. I think it's the day-to-day as well. The reason being is that if you've got more energy throughout the day, you're more likely to be well rested in the evening. So yeah, I think you'll see an improvement.
Thank you, Ollie. Yeah, any more questions?
Hi, this is Manish here. I don't have a question, but just a quick feedback for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm joined Men on Fire program like 4 months back, and especially during lockdown, I had gained weight and my back pain started working from home and feeling less energetic. So in last 4 months, I can see a great difference in my posture. My back pain is totally gone. And then, of course, I reduced 5 kg weight. But now I realize with my posture, my muscle is much more important than weight. So I can feel more energetic and more fit. So I'm really happy that I started 4 months back on Men on Fire program, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Awesome.
The feedback. Yeah.
Cheers, Manish.
Thank you. Thanks for the feedback, Manish. We didn't expect that, but yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, it was definitely great working with you during last 4 months, and it's obviously great to know that you have given us this good feedback, and your lifestyle has improved, and that's what I think, Ollie, we talk about, isn't it? Like, so I'm not going to like take your words, Ollie, at the moment, because I want you to, or rather, I would request you to. Please let everyone know what we have on offering as with our association, like which individuals can, most of them who are here have prioritized their health, and maybe they can take a decision going further. So I'm going to present the slide, Ollie, and then if you could just run it pass through for everyone. Just give me a sec again. Yeah. Ollie, do you want to?
Yes. So again, context to the offer. We have one program at Men on Fire. It's a weight loss program. It's a 90-day program with the view to you never needing another weight loss program again. The big thing is there are so many different options available, and I didn't feel right when we've done programs in the past. We've got people really great results, and don't get me wrong, like again, Manish is saying the weight he's lost, he feels better. But for me, the big change comes in getting the weight off, doing it alongside difficult circumstances. So we'll help you shift the excess weight around family commitments, work, social commitments is a big one. People don't know how to socialize and still lose weight. They either say, you know, you turn up to a social event and you have to tell people you're on a low carb diet, or you say, I can't have any beer, or I can't have that. We have to integrate it into your lifestyle, and then we have to show you how to continue the weight loss if you've got more weight to lose after working with us, but also what to do when you hit your goal weight. So it's a one-time program that we do. You can only do it once. You won't be allowed to do it again, because you will lose up to 24 pounds if you've got it to lose, up to 8 inches around the belly, which is where most of the guys want to lose the weight from. Again, if you've got that to lose, and we'll do it in a way where you are in control of the weight loss yourself after the program, right? Bit of a disclaimer though, so we've got the offer for the program, which is a £300 discount through SPSS, and it's £1,200. There are split payment options available for you guys. We'll work it out, because this is a lifetime investment. This is not a, oh, I'm going to do this program for 12 weeks or 90 days, and then I'm going to have to do another one in 6 months. You won't have to. But there's a disclaimer with this, because we don't take people on for this offer until you've joined our free community and gone through our training. Because again, this is something that's missing in the industry at the minute. You have people in desperate situations who are carrying a lot of extra body fat, or they feel unfit, they feel maybe less attractive, they've got health complications. Sadly, when you're in fight or flight and you're in this state, you're very desperate, and the fitness industry does a very good job at marketing to you in a certain way and making you make a desperate jump, an emotional jump into a program without being able to make an informed decision. So we offer a limited seats per month, although it says 10. Actually, for this month, we're going to limit it to 5. Because you need to have gone through the training. So we've got 3 main training videos to go through, where we take you through the heart rate variability training. We'll take you through what we do with nutrition. We'll take you through what we do with exercise. Then once we know you've got it, then you can apply for a place in the program. But if you decide to join and you've come through SPSS, you'll get the discount. And as I said, we can offer payment options too. So the free community, if you email the email at the bottom of the slide, get in contact with us. We'll get you in our community. It's application to get within, but once you're in, it's free, and we'll train you up, and we'll make sure that if you do decide to work with us, you know exactly what you're doing. So this isn't a jump in straight away, because we want each person that comes to our system to guarantee we can get you results. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for that, Ollie. Anyone has got any questions on this before we close? Okay, thank you everyone for coming on the show. Thank you, Ollie, for being on the show. And I would like to close today by saying that take care of your body. So that is the only place we all have to live in. So thank you and have a good day. Thanks.